I'm George Birge, and you're listening to Like a Farmer.
Hey y'all, it's Pat. Welcome to another episode of Like a Farmer, powered by AgAmerica Media. As always, every single Wednesday, we're dropping new episodes on YouTube and wherever you're listening to your audio podcast. Today, Mr. George Birge is on the show. Let me tell you something. There's things that he was doing last year that I don't think has happened before, including 2 number ones in country music, and he's going to inform me if it has happened before, but I'm just going to go and say that it just doesn't happen. So today, George Birge is on the show. George, thanks for coming on the show today, man.
Thanks for having me. Glad to get to come hang with you, Pat. I've been a fan of the show for a minute, so nice to be sitting in the seat next to you.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. I don't get many compliments on my own show, and for you to start off with that, I'll slide you the 20 when we're done. I want to start right off the top, man. Last year, 2 number ones. How does that feel? Just
crazy. I've been chasing the dream of being a country artist my whole life, right? Like, it's always what I wanted to do, but it always felt like a dream that was maybe too big to catch. You know, it's like telling somebody you want to go be a quarterback in the NFL or, you know, be a major league pitcher or something like that. You tell people you want to be a famous country singer and they'll look at you and be like, all right, man, good luck. But, you know, I was just dumb enough to keep my head down and keep chasing it even when it wasn't working. And last year, things finally just kind of opened up for me. We started the first day of the year, January 1st, with the number one song, with Mind on You, which is crazy to me. I never thought I would even get one. And then we finished the year with my second number one song with Cowboy Songs. And, you know, I'd always dreamed about like having the plaque to hang on the wall and, you know, what it would be like to be able to say I had a number one song. But I didn't think about the things that come along with it as far as like the touring and the brand opportunities and, you know, the opportunity to go in and make a full record, like all these things that are incredible that I didn't even realize came along with having my first success with that. So it's definitely been a whirlwind of a year, and it's still a little bit hard for me to believe that we're here, but it's been awesome, man.
So when you say Mind on You, it hits number one at the beginning of last year. Mm-hmm. Like, inform me, how does that work when it comes to number one? I mean, is it December 31st, you knew it was creeping up to number one, and then boom, it happens?
Yeah.
I mean, what a hell of a way to start last year.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. So they print the chart on a Monday, and about Thursday, the week before, I got a call from my head of my label, and he was like, hey, man, like, we have a lead that is going to be pretty hard to beat. He was like, I wouldn't pop the champagne yet, but he was like, you can let out a little sigh. And that was like, I felt all the kind of weight melt off my shoulders because I wanted it bad, right? And then Friday he calls me again. He's like, go ahead and pop the champagne. We got this thing locked. So I kind of knew it was coming that Monday when it went, but it didn't mean we weren't celebrating.
Now, to do 2 number ones, was there any common denominator when it came to those 2 songs? Like, were you writing them? Did you have somebody else write them with you on both songs? Like, what were some similarities to both of those songs to hit number one?
Yeah, I think sonically I kind of found a lane. There's a little dark, smoky attitude to it. I attribute that to, I was pretty heavily influenced by Gary Allan and by Jason Aldean, and you can hear a lot of that in my sound. There's a bit of rock to it, so it kind of jumps off the speakers a little bit. And then, I did write the songs, so they are personal to me, but also one of my best friends, Michael Tyler, is on both of those songs with me. He's amazing at kind of helping me, you know, navigate what I want to say in songs, and a big part of my sound. But I think just, you know, writing songs that I believe in with my friends that I'm proud of. And I think I chased for a long time when I was trying to find success. I chased the radio or chased trying to sound like somebody else that was having success. And that was like something that I really struggled with because I'm never going to be somebody else as well as they're going to be themselves. But when I kind of let all that go and wrote songs that were honest to me, honest to what I was influenced on, and songs that I genuinely loved, that was when I started having success. So that was a cool feeling too.
And I'm excited to talk about what's to come as well with some new tours, some new music involving family, and some music videos. I mean, you have some great stuff coming down the pipeline, which I'm pumped to talk about. I want to back up a little bit, though. Austin, Texas. Let me just start right there, okay? Growing up, I was a Vince Young fan. I'm going to be honest with you. But I went to the Gator game in Austin this year when your Longhorns just put an ass whooping on my Gators.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of a kind of a bone to pick with you on that, because I
can't imagine the Gators were expecting much coming to Austin after the season they'd been having.
You know, you're spot on that, George.
Yeah.
But tell me how growing up in Austin, Texas, how was that? Because you want to talk about a city that's just continuing to grow and grow, and it's a badass hang. I love going in there and having a good time. But how was it growing up in Austin?
It was a cool spot to grow up. It was a lot different than the Austin that I know now. It was probably half the size. You're talking cash only dive bars and, ranches just a couple minutes outside of town. And I grew up just right out on the lake, which now is where all the like billionaires live in Austin, but it used to kind of just be the country. It used to be that spot outside of town. So, I mean, I would literally go to school, come home. I had a little John boat. I'd take the John boat out on the water. I'd go bass fishing. Me and my buddies would play dive bars on the weekend, 14 years old with X's on our hand on 6th Street. And it'd almost be like a high school football game. Our friends would show up, and root us on. And it was just like a magic place to grow up. Barbecue, fishing, hunting, golfing, live music. I mean, all of my favorite things. And I didn't realize every city is not exactly like that. So Austin had a huge influence on who I am, and I'm definitely proud to like fly that flag when I'm out on the road too. Yeah, it's definitely part of my roots.
Because I know you're big in cooking. What's your go-to like barbecue spot in Austin, Texas? Because there's so many to choose from.
Yeah, I think it just depends on what kind of time you have on your hands. If you want amazing barbecue and being able to walk in and out, Terry Black's barbecue is amazing. The brisket there, the sides, the atmosphere, they've got it right, like doing it on a large scale. If you have time to like bring a cooler and sit and wait an hour in line, LA barbecue is amazing. They just got a Michelin star, which is wild. Michelin star and barbecue don't really go together, but that will knock your damn socks off. Yeah.
Dang. I need to try that one out.
Colt Ford said it would make a puppy pull a freight train. That's some good barbecue, man.
So what were you doing in Texas, like outside of just going to school and hanging with friends? You playing sports, obviously.
Yeah, I was a huge golfer. So I walked onto the golf team at the University of Texas. But I also was doing it in a fraternity at the same time and playing bars at the same time. So I think I was coach's nightmare. I'd show up hungover at 6 a.m. to practice. And, I kind of knew I wasn't going to the PGA Tour. So,
dude, what year was this that you walked onto the golf team?
Yeah, I was there 2006 through 2010. So the year before Spieth came. Okay. And Jonathan Vegas was the captain of the team at the time when I was there. Dylan Fratelli played with me. He was on the tour. Scotty came a few years later. So I was the one dark spot on the otherwise shiny resume of the Texas Longhorns golf team.
You're very humble when it comes to, I totally missed that on my notes. I mean, for a guy to walk onto the Texas golf team, like you were talking to me before we got on camera, like, yeah, we should play golf sometime. I love playing golf. Like, you're good at golf.
Man, I love to play. I keep my sticks on the bus. It's the one thing that like still gets my juices going. Like obviously I love the adrenaline of walking on stage in front of a crowd. It doesn't make me nervous though. It makes me excited. It makes me happy to be there doing what I love. But like if I get to go play I got to play in the BMW Pro-Am this year, like walking on the first tee, the camera's on and a little gallery golf clapping, like that'll get your heart pounding out of your chest, man, no matter how many golf balls
you don't know where that ball's going.
100%.
So are you big on, depending on if you have time and when you're on the road on tour, I mean, are you trying to play golf morning of?
Most days, yeah. A lot of times we'll, call up courses that are in the city that we're playing and trade concert tickets for tee times, and usually they're pretty amenable to that. But 18 holes is a lot on a show day because then you got to go back and do meet and greets and sound check and everything and get showered up. But like a quick 9 holes on a show day is a great little like get off campus from the venue, clear your head, get outside. I love being outside, man. It's coming from Texas, Nashville has been an awesome place to live, but we got 3 months out of the year where it's just gray and cold and it kills me. And so I have to like figure out where I'm going to go chase some sunshine because I need it. I have to be outside. So we're in the middle of that right now in Nashville, basically November through January. So I got to get out of town a little bit and catch some sunshine
for
too.
Sure.
Yeah.
What were you playing football in Texas?
Yeah,
because that's just like
I've always been a pretty wiry guy, so football was never like I was never going to run anybody over. I played cornerback my freshman year of high school, and I remember taking a lick from a tight end in traffic or something. I can't remember who it was, but I remember coming up with my entire face mask covered in dirt. And then Texas football, those boys hit hard, right? Yeah. Those boys are corn fed, they're big. And I just remember being like, you know what? I think I'm done. I I think I'm a watch football these days. So I played baseball through high school and then committed to golf for college. Yeah.
Dude, that is awesome. What so through all these ventures in sports, I mean, what made you think that you could even be a country musician?
I never really believed that I could be. I did it because I loved it, but I always thought the odds were completely impossible. And it wasn't until after college I had started a band, and we started drawing a bunch of people every time we would play. And I say a bunch of people. It was a little dive bar. It was called the Rattle Inn, which is unfortunately not in Austin anymore, but it was about a 400, 500 cap room, and we would sell it out every time we played it, which was enough to like start making some buzz in town, where every time we'd announce a show, people would try to get tickets as quick as they could, and it turned into this party. And word got to Nashville that we were selling out this little venue every time we played it. And we had some industry folks fly down, and it wasn't until I got like offered a record deal and offered a management deal that I was like, oh, this is real. Like, this is bigger than I thought it was. So that was definitely like a surreal thing for me, because I graduated college, I got a job, and, you know, I worked that job for 2 years while I was playing in this bar band. So I was doing the bar band thing for fun. And, you know, I had intentions of, you know, working a desk job and buying a house and doing all the things you're supposed to. Instead,
playing
I'm
golf on the weekends,
raising hell, playing country music and drinking cold beer, which is a lot better, actually. But yeah, it wasn't until like I had people knocking on my door saying, hey, we want to offer you a record deal, that I realized like this is something I could actually do. Yeah. Yeah.
And I talk to a lot of musicians these days, and especially in the country genre, they're like, you have got to win Texas. I mean, if you're not from Texas, you're from the Carolinas, you're from Florida, West Coast, whatever, like, Pat, we have got to win Texas. I mean, do you feel like is that kind of gave you a boost as winning your home state before you made the next move?
Yeah, I mean,
because people in Texas, they love their Texas country artists.
That's kind of the saying down there, and like, if you can make it in Texas, you can make it anywhere. Yeah. Because it's a very unforgiving fan. Like, you have to be authentic. It has to be honest music. You have to know how to play a live show, have real players on stage. Like, you have to be able to like be great at your craft to make it in Texas, or they'll call you out on it. And it's a pretty intimidating thing to come up in, but I'm also super thankful for it, because it taught me how to put on a live show and how to tell stories and how to write songs. And I do think that the road between Nashville and Texas has gotten a lot more friendly, which is cool. And I do think that Texas sound has made its way into Nashville music a lot more, which is a big part of that. So obviously there's still a lot of pride in Texas country and Texas raising their own, but I do think that Texas is starting to make it on a national scale too. And I think because of that, you know, these national touring acts are able to do better in Texas now as well. So it's exciting to see.
Oh, I mean, I love it. I'm telling you, it seems like everybody I talk to, you got artists like naming some of their songs off of Texas to get those Texans to like them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
it's like trying to find the pretty girl at the dance. Like, how can I impress Texas?
Yeah,
like,
you name drop a Texas city, that's a good start for sure. Yeah.
What? Speaking of Texas, so you go to UT. You play golf there, which totally am still mind blown about that. I mean, the studs that have played golf at UT.
I'm not as good as they are. I was just happy to be there. Yeah,
you're walking on. You got some game. How do you feel about your Longhorns right now?
It was a tough season to lose the way we did in the semifinals, but I do carry a lot of hope. We have Arch Manning assuming the quarterback role next year, and a lot of great players coming back. We have Sarkisian sticking around as head coach, so we got a lot of the pieces together, and there were a lot of flashes of brilliance this year from the Longhorns. So, and listen, the Horns had a 10-year run of just being awful. You know, you want to talk about a fall from grace. You talk about a team that has been good forever just be off to where like they're not even being talked about for almost 10 years. And that was really hard to swallow. So to see the return to glory, to see a team that I think will be a national championship contender next year, that's exciting for me. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like every other year y'all had one of y'all's QBs going up there saying, we're back.
Yeah.
And then you were never back.
It got to be the running joke, right? Yeah, you're so back. Yeah.
I think you might be back
But
now.
we're back now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've heard that here first, everybody. Texas is back.
We're
George
so
Birge.
back. That's right.
I play a game on this show, okay? This game is called Beer Thoughts, presented by Outlaw Beer.
I love it.
And I got 3 beers here, and there are questions under each beer, and I just want you to, each beer, and I'm going to drink a beer. You don't have to drink a beer,
Okay.
but I'm definitely one. But there's your first question, and you just answer it how you please. Beer thoughts.
One thing people don't know about you. It's a great question. So, I speak Portuguese. My dad is Brazilian, and my mom is from Mozambique, which is just north of South Africa. And so both of their first languages is Portuguese. They moved to Texas about the same time in high school. And my dad learned how to speak English watching John Wayne movies. So I call him a Brazilian cowboy. He's obsessed with John Wayne, obsessed with country, and that's the reason that I fell in love with country music. But também eu falo português. So
hit me with a Portuguese sentence.
Oi, meu nome é Jorge e eu falo português e também eu toco música de country.
That is great. Can you do like a full country song in Portuguese?
It would take me a little sitting down, but yeah, I probably could. Yeah, my goal is, man, the people don't know the rodeos in Brazil. Cody Johnson just went and did one. He'll tell you it's rowdy. Like they love country music, and Brazilians party harder than anyone. Like they are. So that's I need to work a couple Portuguese songs into my set so that I can go do some Brazilian rodeo stuff.
Dude, that would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you would just hit them with like a different language, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was not expecting
they are like rabid for it down there. So
love that. Okay.
I saw Cody Johnson go down there, and I saw the show he played, and it got me fired up. I'm like, all right, I got to get that going. All right, let's see. Question number 2, beer thoughts. Dream venue to play at. That's a great question. For me, growing up in Austin, it was ACL Live, so I've gotten to do that. I got to do Red Rocks, which was another one on my bucket list. I think the only one that I haven't gotten to do that I think is, kind of your standard like name and lights dream as a kid is I haven't gotten to do Madison Square Garden yet. So when we do Madison Square Garden, I think that'll be the last one to check off the bucket list.
Damn, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the real deal, There's so much history at Madison Square Garden, but
from sports to music to everything.
Yep.
You sell that out, I mean, you're doing something.
100%. Yeah,
that's good. Last one.
Dream person to go on tour with. Well, I've had a couple. I'm getting to go on tour with Luke Bryan this year, which is definitely one that, I think he's a guy that I look up to as more than just an artist, because like he's never changes who he is. That guy has more money than he could ever spend, and you'd never know.
Agree.
He's the nicest guy you'd ever meet. He's an awesome dad. He cuts up with his kids, brings his wife out on the road. Like, that's very inspiring to me. He treats his crew like $1 million. That's very inspiring to me. And then he puts on just a hell of a show. It's a party, gets rowdy, drinks tequila, drinks beer, gets the crowd just frenzying. So that is like the perfect mix of things that I kind of aspire to be. So Luke is definitely one of those for me. And then I would also say Jason Aldean, just because he's a rock and roll cowboy, man. And his music, I would say, had probably a bigger influence on me between him and Gary Allan than anybody else. So those two would be my dream tours. And I'm getting to live one of them this year going out with Luke. So Jason, you're next, man.
Yes. Luke's, I got to come out to one of those shows with Luke. That dude puts on a hell of a show. And he's been people forget, Luke Bryan's been singing country music for a long time.
It's crazy when you see these guys that can go out and play 90 minutes, 2 hours, and only play number one songs. That's crazy. Like, I feel lucky that I get to put 2 number one songs on my set now. It used to be I'd go out and play an hour of songs that nobody knew, and I'd hope they liked them by the end of it. Now I've got a couple songs people know in my set. But to be able to go out and play 90 minutes or 2 hours and be a human jukebox, only play number ones, that's making it.
You're doing something.
That's big time, yeah.
Well, once again, humble George Birge. You do have 2 number ones, but you had them in a 12-month span.
That is pretty exciting, man. Yeah.
Keep doing this a couple more years, you'll get there.
We try to keep up that clip, for sure.
Josh, I'm open. Pass it to me.
Joshy. Oh, everything's great. I'm glad that you called. Need you to get out of the car. I've got the perfect boot for you to try on. Hey y'all, it's Pat. Welcome to another episode of Like a Farmer. Very excited for today's episode. Let's get into it. Hey y'all, it's Pat with Like a Farmer. Are you looking to add some local flavors to your recipes? Well, visit freshfromflorida.com today, where you can browse hundreds of delicious recipes that bring Florida freshness to your table all year round. Become a Fresh from Florida member for free and create your own menus. Save and send your favorite dishes and get exclusive access to monthly newsletters packed with fresh local recipes. I can promise you, you will be a favorite in your neighborhood. From the Florida fields to your fork, year-round freshness and flavor are just a logo away. Fresh from Florida, there's a sunshine in every bite. Hey y'all, today's episode is brought to you by AgAmerica, your go-to financial partner for all things agriculture. As the largest independent financial firm dedicated to rural America, AgAmerica is changing the game when it comes to ag lending and leveling up finance options for farmers, ranchers, and landowners across the nation. And I'll let you know a little secret. The thing that sets this company apart from the rest is the people. They understand firsthand the unique needs of American farmers and ranchers because many of them grew up on farms themselves. They take a farmer-focused approach to finance, prioritizing relationships over transactions to help you build a stronger financial foundation for you and your family. So whether you're looking to buy land or secure working capital, AgAmerica has your back. Visit agamerica.com today to learn more and see how they can help you achieve long-term financial success. Because when farmers thrive, we all do. You keep on mentioning Gary Allan and Jason Aldean. Like, how does that work growing up wanting to do country music, finding like a avenue that you'd like to base your music off of?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it started as them being influences. I think it started as them being like lyrically and sonically music that inspired me, just in life in general. Like songs that made me want to listen to them again, or songs that like made me feel something emotionally. Gary Allan was the king of that, man. Like heartbreak anthems. Like he was just like, when Gary sung something, you felt it like in your bones.
What was the song? The songs about rain.
Yeah, songs about rain, man, crazy. Or Life Ain't Always Beautiful, or Her Man, Watching Airplanes. Like you're just talking smash after smash. And then that early Aldean stuff is the same way. The Truth, Flyover States, Night
Asphalt
Train,
Cowboy.
Yeah, it was just stuff that hit you square in the chest. And so I don't think it started as influences. I think it started as like, I love this and I want to listen to it on repeat. And then when it came time for me to make my own music, it was like, okay, well, I want to make stuff that I like. I want to make stuff that sounds authentic to me and how I was raised, and I was raised on that. And so that was kind of what came out.
When you think about country music today and the tools that you can use to promote music, TikTok's one of them. It seems like a lot of people are utilizing TikTok to kind of promote their music. They seems like, hey, that's how we're directly going to hit our audience, our fan base.
Sure.
Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's exactly what you said. It's a tool, right? Like, if it gives you an opportunity to share music with more people than you could before, I think it's a tool you need to be using, because at the end of the day, that's why any of us do this. We want to connect with people over music. That's what makes music so magic, is it brings people together. It makes people feel stuff. And if you have an opportunity to let people that have otherwise not heard your music connect with you on that level, you have to lean into it. And there's definitely a learning curve there, and like you can feel goofy, like trying to keep up with trends or trying to do stuff that puts you out of your comfort zone. But I do think if you, and this is something that I had to learn too, and TikTok ended up being a pretty big tool for me and a way for me to reach a lot of people. But the coolest part is like there's no one avenue on TikTok. If you go on social media, any platform, and are genuine and true to yourself, and people can feel that, there's going to be a connection there. And then maybe they share it and there becomes a bigger connection and more people follow. But like, if you go on there and are true to yourself and true to who you are, you're going to find people in that same world, and it's going to help you grow your product, which is awesome.
I mean, you don't you don't get 2 number ones in 12 months just by using TikTok, but it seems like it's getting to a space where people are utilizing it a lot more. It's cool to see. I mean, that's social media as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to Tyler Farr not too long ago, and Tyler's another guy that's been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
It's like, Pat, I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now. I mean, it's just a new day and age of country music and how to kind of engage with your audience, but it's kind of cool to see everybody evolving. And sometimes when the music's good enough that you really don't even have to evolve. I mean, we just talked about Luke Bryan. He's been doing it for, I don't want to age the guy, but it seems like over 20 years.
Yeah.
And he's doing just fine. If you put out good music, people are going to find it.
Yeah. And I think you'll see differeces on stuff that maybe goes viral on TikTok for a reason that's not the music, but there's music behind it, but that won't translate to ticket sales or streams. They'll be specifically a TikTok artist. And then you'll see stuff go viral because it's genuinely good. And that will see streaming numbers go up, and that'll see touring numbers go up. And so, like, there is a differentiator in that too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So I want to start back. Thanks for playing this game, and I love this damn game. It kind of brings out those, like, it really gets your brain going on what to. This beer thoughts, right? You start thinking about.
Yeah, that's where the best thoughts come from.
Tell me the decision going from Austin to Nashville, making that move. I mean, you see a lot of people, especially that are in Texas, kind of say, I don't need to move to Nashville. I'm going to stay in Texas. Like, at what point do you make the decision, like, I need to move to Nashville?
I think you make it's dependent on, like, the path that you want to chase. There's a Texas circuit that goes into Oklahoma and goes into, you know, some of those border states, and you could never leave Texas, and you could make more money than half of the Nashville touring acts doing that and being the king of that. And then it eventually starts to expand regionally. And some of those acts out of Texas break on a level that, you know, any of us would be super jealous of. But I think that to break on a national scale, Nashville has just all the support of the industry here. And so at least early on in your career, being able to have your record label and your lawyer and your business manager and your booking agent and everybody in town, and being able to be in front of them every day when you're trying to get your name out there, it's kind of an important thing to just be here for the industry. And there's also a huge songwriting community here. So, like, in Texas, I wrote all my stuff by myself. And that was a great thing to start with because it really forced me to hone my craft and get good at it. But then I moved to Nashville, and you have the best songwriters in the world writing songs every single day and getting in the room with them. It made me a better songwriter, and I was able to learn tricks and able to, you know, make myself better being in the room with those guys and push myself. And I do think there's a world where I move back home to Texas one day.
Yeah.
I love it there. It's where my family is. It's where my roots are. It's a place that raised me. It feels like home when I go there. But in the middle of chasing it, especially early on in your career, it's a little bit easier to be where all of the industry is, just being in front of everything.
How long have you been in Nashville?
Yeah. I've been in Nashville 10 years. Well, it'll be 11 years in October. So they call it a 10-year town.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, you hear that all the time. So that means your 10th year
I wish it wasn't true. Yeah.
Well, your 10th year was you got 2 damn number ones.
And I wish it wasn't true, but it is. It's you have to go to a whiskey jam and not know anybody and buy somebody a drink and ask them if they want to write sometime, and that write's going to be terrible, and then you're going to do it again and do it again until you write a song that was worth playing for somebody else, and then you might get invited to a bigger room because that song was pretty good, and then you might get an introduction to a publishing company or an introduction to a manager, and it's one of those things that just takes time. It takes being irrationally confident in yourself, because there's a 99.9% chance that it's not going to work out. But you have to be driven every day like, hey, I'm going to make this happen. This is the path for me. This is my journey. And whatever version of that is, success-wise, it's going to happen for me. And I look back today at the kid that moved here 10 years ago, and I'm like, how in the hell did I ever think this was going to work out? Because every odd was stacked against it. But somehow, you know, in the middle of it, when you're just blinded by ambition and doing what you love, you don't worry about it. You just go chase it. And it takes every bit of that 10 years to figure it out. But once it starts firing on all cylinders, it's pretty cool.
I mean, what was one thing that happened immediately, whether it was last year or a year before, that you said, damn, I made the right choice? Like, what was one time in your life when it comes to country music that you were like, I think I'm doing the right thing?
It had definitely been last year, because before then I was, you know, praying to keep the lights on. You know, it's
a family.
I mean, country music really is. It's nothing until it's everything, and there's not really a middle safety ground, where you're like making a decent living, and it's not much, but it's honest work. It's nothing until it's everything. And so last year, I mean, I think the first time I saw a publishing check come through for Mind on You, like my first like songwriting check for a number one song, and I was like, we're gonna be good for a minute. Like that, like breath of like, we did it.
Did you go and buy something cool when that check came out?
Hell no, I had so much catching up to do. That was at least just a okay, we're doing all right.
Convincing the family like, hey, finally, we got something.
Now when Cowboy Songs went number one, I bought myself a watch. I bought a little piece of land, and that was the second one I let myself celebrate a little bit, but first one I was like, all right, let's play catch up here. Yeah.
Dude, that's got to be a great feeling, man. That check hits and you go buy a Rolex maybe and a piece of dirt.
Yeah. That dirt feels good. You know what I mean? To see your name at the bottom of a deed feels all right. Yeah.
There's nothing like just buying a piece of land. That might be one of the better feelings that even I've had, but that might be a song right there too, man.
Yep.
There's nothing like buying dirt. Is there a song like that out? Maybe
you might have heard one.
You can buy dirt, but we can maybe
a pretty big
mix
one.
It up a little bit. Yes.
It was one a few people heard.
Tell me what's coming down the pipeline, man. I mean, today as we're recording, I just get a live boom. I'm going on tour with Luke Bryan, but I mean, you've got a new music video coming out. Is that correct?
So
and that involves a family.
Yeah, so
I love that.
Just put out last week my song "It Won't Be Long," and I was able to shoot the music video. I'll give you a little backstory before we go into it. Having the success I had last year was incredible, but right around Thanksgiving, I started having this like pretty big feeling of overwhelm of like, man, what am I going to put out next to follow this up? Like, we finally made it to the dance. Like, I want to stay here for a little while, right? And I didn't have that song that was jumping off the page to me yet. I didn't have that song that was like, this is the no-brainer next single. And my dad came to visit from Texas, and I'm looking out the back window of the house, and I see the cowboy that raised me teaching my kids the same thing in the backyard. And all of a sudden, I just started having all these flashbacks of like all the incredible things that I got to do during my childhood, and then all the cool things that I'm getting to do as a dad for the first time. And this song fell out that afternoon, and it just kind of talks about like, in the moment, things might not seem like they have a lot of weight, but when looking back, sometimes those little things are the most precious moments we have. So chase it. And it's called "It Won't Be Long." And I turned it in, and instantly my record label was like, this is the next single. We got an ad date to send it to radio, and we're shooting a music video. And it was like the answer to my prayers, the song I had been looking for. So that actually goes to country radio across America today, which is insane. I got to shoot a music video with my two little boys in it, which is awesome. There's a line in it. I was always number 7 in baseball. And so there's a line in it that says, it won't be long till you're sitting at a ball game and your last name's at the plate wearing 7 again. And that was kind of a feeling that hit me, like seeing Birge on the back of a jersey while I'm sitting in the stands, and it's my little guy, hitting it off a tee. So that was one of those little moments that I know will be a big one for me for the rest of my life. And this is the first song that I've written where every picture, every story inside the song is 100% something that I've lived. I always try to pull from real life when I'm writing songs, but this one is like every single story is personal to me. And I think it's also a cool way for people to plug in their own memories into the song and kind of have those own moments of like flashing back. So I'm excited to see what it does. As excited as I've ever been about new music. So hopefully it'll be a big one.
When it comes to your music, are you writing a majority of your stuff?
I do. I write almost all of my songs. Everything I've put out as a single I've written. I do listen to everything because I'm such a fan of the songwriter. Yeah. We have so much songwriting talent here in Nashville. And I have cut a couple outside songs on my album, just the songs that I truly loved. But for the most part, it's easiest for me to be honest if I'm telling my own stories.
It's interesting what you said earlier. It's like, man, I just put 2 number ones out, and you have to follow that up. I mean, you don't want to be one of those guys that just puts out a number 1 and then they just go away.
I love it here. I want to stick around for a while, man. And there's a lot of pressure on that because there's so much talent in this town, and there's so many people fighting for those spots. And there's so many people that are just otherworldly good. I'm a fan of so many of the other artists that I get to go on tour with. And so if you're not bringing your A game, you're going to get roasted pretty quick. And this is not a guaranteed job that we have. And so it's like, you have to bring everything. You have to bring something magic every time you put out a single. And it's a lot of weight to carry, you know?
And then it's the decisions after you hit the success of, number one, surrounding yourself with the right team, which you've done. I've enjoyed just getting to know your team. You have a great team as well. But like, there's something to be said about having a good team around you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's having people that want it as bad as you do, and people that believe in your vision. And, you know, to the average person being around me, like, I can be a lot sometimes because I'm always thinking about what's next, and I never turn it off. And I'm always, well, that could be a song, or that could be a song, or hey, what if we did this, or what if we tried this angle marketing wise, or what if we did that? And it can be a lot. And to have people that speak that language and are as hungry as you, that's what it has to be. And I took kind of a flyer. Like, I signed with a startup management company. I signed with a startup label. So I was the first number one on my management company and the first number one on my label. And a lot of people would tell me to do that another way and go to a major label where they have proven track record, or go to a major management company where they've broken artists before. But for me, it was like, why would I not go to the place where people are the hungriest to break me, where if I don't eat, they don't eat? And I've never had anybody work as hard. Damn. And that would be that's crazy backwards advice, but that would be my advice to any artist, is go somewhere where you're not a menu item. Go somewhere where they want it as bad as you do. And hopefully I'm a little proof of track record of success from that model. But it's, you know, and then you're in the trenches with those people and you're winning for the first time together. And there's a lot of magic in that.
That's a great dude. I love talking to George Birge, man. I mean, he educates me. We need to flip this around. Dylan Scott, Luke Bryan, those two tours, right?
Yep.
Give me the rundown on that.
So Dylan has become a quick friend. He's an incredible vocalist, awesome live show, and just a good hang, man. So he invited us to kick the year off. So we're going to go do about 12 shows with him. Starting, I think, in April. Okay. And then we'll roll through that into the Luke Bryan tour, run that all summer, mixed with some awesome festivals too. We're going to do Stagecoach and Barefoot and a bunch of big looks there. We'll have some headlining shows in between, which is kind of fun to start seeing my name at the top of the marquee every now and then. And then fall is kind of being worked on right now, but I would guess there's a nice fall tour announcement coming here not for too long.
That you hopefully will be headlining? So.
We may be going out with somebody else in the fall, so we'll see. Yeah.
Are you like teasing something? You just don't want to say anything?
We've got a couple irons in the fire. Okay. It's exciting times. Yeah.
All right, I feel that. How do you, this is awesome. Like, I've had a bunch of country musicians on the show, but I've learned more than just this hour that we've been sitting down than probably all my other shows. You had 2 number ones last year. Like, you're just going this way. At what point, like, what do you decide of, like, man, I want to just go and headline my own tour?
I think there's a really great middle ground there. I've gotten to play some headlining shows already, and that's a pretty terrifying thing, just like ripping off the Bandit, because there's no safety net, right? Like, either they came to see you or they didn't.
Oh,
and
dude,
that's like
the one thing that I would never hate, or that I would never want to happen to me, is this will never happen to you, so I'm just putting my ass can't sing worth a damn. You put on a show and you get there and just nobody's there. Or you don't sell out. Or Dude,
I have so much scar tissue of that happening to me early in my career. Like when I first moved to Nashville and nobody knew me from Texas out here. I have so many times where I was playing for the bartenders and the door guys, and that was it. You know what I mean? And it hurts you. I mean, you got to lick your wounds a little bit after that. It hurts. And so after we had our hits, I had done mostly opening tours for everybody else, and I'd seen my social numbers grow and my streaming numbers grow, and everything's looking good, but I still was a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger on some headlining stuff. And then end of last year, I was like, you know what? We got to rip off the Bandit and go see what we got. And so we went out and we played about 8 headlining shows, and every room was slammed to the gills. And it was the most incredible feeling, but it was also like, I would be peeking my head in like 2 hours before showtime, 1 hour before showtime. Like, are there people here? Like, it's a scary thing. And I don't think, like, the biggest advice that I could give artists is, like, you don't want to play rooms that are too big for you before you're ready, because it's taken me a long time to, like, reel back that scar tissue and believe I can do it again. And I'm so thankful that I am. And there's also, you know, when you go out with these headliners, like watching Luke Bryan entertain 30,000 people, that's a different kind of show than I was used to at the Rattle Inn, playing for 400 people standing behind a microphone and a guitar. Like, all I have to do is stand behind a microphone with a guitar and sing when it's 400 people in the room. But when you have 30,000 people at an amphitheater, you got to work the stage, you got to pick your shots, you got to talk to the crowd, and like, you have to figure out ways to keep 30,000 people entertained. So there's a lot to learn going out as an opener too. Not to mention, like, you get built-in fans that are going to go buy your merch, listen to your song afterwards, and grow your brand too. So I think there's a lot to be said about not being too proud to take an opening spot, especially when somebody that's done it as well as you could ever do it is giving you the chance to come learn from them. But you also have to bet on yourself and do some headlining shows and see what you can do and kind of take what you've learned and put it to the test. So we're doing both right now, and I think that's a great middle ground.
Who do you enjoy listening to, watching to right now in country music? Like somebody that's on the come up that you're like, man, that person's a
stud. I really like Vincent Mason's music. He's going to be out with us on the Luke Bryan tour this summer, and I think I'll really enjoy getting to see him play live. Who else do I love? I mean, she's already exploded, but Lainey Wilson, I'm just such a fan. She's amazing. 4x4 by You is permanently ingrained in my head right now. Lainey, you're a superstar. Who else do I love? Dylan Marlowe. I love that he has found his own lane. He doesn't sound like anybody else. He's not chasing anybody. He's found this kind of like punk rock country lane that's just magic for him, and he's not pretending. You go meet Dylan, and it's exactly what you would expect.
On and off the stage.
Yeah, exactly. He's become a really close friend. We've played a bunch of shows together. I love Dylan. And then Zach Top kills me, man. He's so damn good. We played a show together the other night, and it was just the two of us on stage, acoustic guitars. And I've played some big stages, and I've played with some superstars, and I've always felt like confident in what I do. I never feel like, oh, I can't hang here. And Zach Top was one time, I'm watching this guy play and sing, and I'm like, he is on a different level.
He's
like
different.
It is so good. And then me and him sat backstage and played 90s country covers for an hour before we went on stage. So he genuinely loves it, and we became fast friends. So
he's like a mini Alan Jackson.
Yeah, he really is.
Did you see the conspiracy stuff online? Did y'all see the one that people think that might be his son?
He played into it. He posted the other day. He said covering one of Dad's songs, which made me laugh, man. So Zach's good people too. So I would say that's probably who I'm keen on right now. Yeah.
What would you be doing if you weren't doing this? I mean, you've got, number one, you're going to be humble. I mean, you're a good golfer. I'm tired of you saying that you're not. You walked on, but yeah, it's University of Texas. You're a hell of a cook, I hear.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you be doing if you weren't playing country music?
I would probably be doing business development or sales for somebody, playing golf and taking people to dinner. That's what I did before I played music. I worked for a real estate company, and I didn't know anything, man. But my job was to take people to play golf and try to get them to want to work with our company. So that's probably what I'd be doing.
Those are always the best jobs, the business development jobs.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Taking a client to go play golf.
Yeah. Thank God I can play country music, because I'm not good at much else. So, yeah, I'm glad to be doing that.
What do you want? I mean, you've got the tours, you got the new music. Like, what do you want everybody else to know about George Birge and what's coming down the pipe? Other than to go buy tickets.
Come see us at a live show. I think that you'll get a totally different experience, and I'm so thankful to everybody that's been listening to my music and giving me the chance to be here. But come to the live show. That's where the magic is. Live music, there's nothing better. So come on.
Would you consider yourself like an entertainer as well? Because I'm excited to come see you live. I've never seen you live, but
I like to have a good time on stage.
You can't just go up there and sing. I mean, you got to be dancing. You got to be getting the crowd engaged.
Yeah, I mean, we all do it our different ways, but I've been playing live music since I was 12 years old. It's everything that I love to do. I love to tell stories. I love to play songs that mean something, and we might drink a little beer and tequila and get rowdy on stage too. So yeah, I like to make sure that everybody leaves feeling like they got their money's worth. That's for sure.
I love it. I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Pat, thanks for having me, man. It was a good time.
This was a great day. Luke Bryan announced the tour. We've got the new song on country radio. How can we pump up those numbers?
Request it at your favorite station. Okay. Come see us live on the Luke Bryan tour this summer, and go stream It Won't Be Long wherever you listen to music.
There you go. George Birge, everybody. Appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Like a Farmer. As always, continue to like, comment, subscribe, share. Do whatever you got to do to be like a farmer.